Hey everybody, it's Professor Malad with another weekly overview. This week we're focusing on writing your introduction, getting a working title, getting your thesis up and running. We will also be focusing a bit on plagiarism, as well as how to correctly use sources in your research and information on the works cited list. It's a lot of information, so let's get started with the readings. Of course, I have two readings from Grammarly to prepare you for the grammar quiz. They are dealing with quotation marks. And since we are working with quotations using evidence from your sources in your research, it's important to know when to use quotation marks, how to use them properly, especially quotation marks in titles. That will relate to your works cited list and the resources that you use there. So make sure that you review that information to help you with the quiz number 8. We also have a module on plagiarism. I'm going to come over here and click on the plagiarism module itself so you can take a look at all the different pages. The suggested time allotment, this was done by the UC library, and they suggest taking about 20 minutes to work through it. A lot of the pages, it may look like a lot, but a lot of the pages are really short pieces of information. And some of them have embedded videos in them. So I'll show you an example of one of those embedded videos. So the video looks like this. It's a little strange, right? A little shrunken down. However, if you click on this double arrow, it will expand to full screen. So then you'll be able to read the slides that they use in this presentation. The video is only about a minute. There is another one for sure. There might be two more videos within this module, but they are no longer than 2 minutes long. So it doesn't take a whole lot of time. So that is the plagiarism module. You will be doing a plagiarism quiz at the end of the unit this week. So make sure that you go through the plagiarism unit. There is also a Canvas page all about thesis statements. This not only includes a 10-minute video that I recorded a few years ago for this class, but there's also some written information that tells you a bit more about how to stake a claim, avoid making announcements, and to make sure that you provide some kind of a roadmap. So we have a couple of formulas or templates down here that you could use to help create a thesis statement. There are also a couple of resources at the bottom that this handout is based on. One is from Purdue OWL, Strong Thesis Statements, and another one is Writing a Thesis and Making an Argument from the University of Iowa. So that's a handy resource to refer to. And then the second Canvas page that I would like you to read is more about the works cited. So I have a couple of resources here on the works cited page. There is the Purdue OWL works cited page. It provides you, I'm going to click on that link so you see what I'm talking about. It takes you through the basic rules. However, if you want to see a sample works cited page, you can either come over here to the link MLA sample works cited to see the list of different sources, or if you want to see it, how it would look in a document, you can come over to the MLA sample paper and scroll down to the last page of the works cited. And I don't know if I can expand that. I can't for you, but if you download the paper, you can then see the example, and they have handy notations here that tells you how it should be formatted. You see that it looks a certain way. I do explain that a bit in one of these videos, MLA Citation probably. I also have the link to Citation Machine. It goes to the MLA section of their website because we have different citation styles. And in this class, we are using MLA, that's the Modern Language Association. And I have an accompanying video that explains how to use citation generator if you are having some kind, if it just totally confuses you. You can watch the video. It's probably about 10 minutes long or so. Um, Another video on MLA citation. And of course, I have two videos on formatting tips, one for Microsoft Word and the other for Google Docs. Citation Machine is very simple to use. Just make sure that you are choosing MLA 9 as the format for your citations. And if you're using electronic resources, which I think most of us are for this class, simply plug in the URL, the website, that string of HTTP stuff. Plug that URL into the web page that you're citing from, and it picks out all the relevant information. Sometimes you'll have to double check that the information is correct, but you can do that by accessing the website that you are citing. I do explain how to do that in the video if you are having difficulty. I have a note here that 4 articles that were assigned reading in previous weeks have correctly done MLA citations in the supplemental sources handout. But I don't think that handout, now I'm trying to remember if I actually gave you this handout. I don't think the rest of the sources are in proper MLA citation style. I could be wrong. I know I was in the process of creating a new document. I just can't remember if I actually uploaded it to this class or not. I think I did. It's hard to remember when I work on the course many, many weeks ago, and then we get to the information. I'm like, okay, did I include that information? So, and then, the whole spring break thing just really threw me off with due dates and such. Thank goodness I have some keen students who are aware of when assignments should be due and have given me the heads up so that I can actually make corrections to the course. Anyway, there's another resource, MLA Works Cited, a quick guide that is from the MLA website, and they also have an interactive practice template. Again, it's all additional information. Just a few notes for your MLA Works Cited page. It is a separate part of the academic essay. So you start it on a new page. It's formatted with the same font. It is double spaced, has the same margins as the rest of your essay, but there are a few things that I want you to keep in mind. It starts with a title, Works Cited, that's centered at the top of the page. And then when you are making your list of entries, you need to make sure that you go back to left justification, that everything lines up on the left-hand side. The entries are listed by author's last name and first name or the title. It's alphabetical order, regardless of whether it's the author's last name or a title. Don't alphabetize by articles in the titles. So words like a, and the, we pretend they don't exist. We keep them in there, but for alphabetizing, we pretend that they don't exist. So go to the first primary word in the title, and then you should also format each entry with a hanging indent. If you do not know what a hanging indent, you don't know how to do it, these formatting tips up here in both Microsoft Word and Google Docs will help you immensely. So that is all about the works cited, or more about the works cited. And that's all for the readings this week. For videos this week, again, there's a video in the thesis statements. There's also a video not done by me called 10 Types of Plagiarism. That's a short video, but it's interesting to see the different types of plagiarism, that either intentional or unintentional plagiarism. And then we also have 2 videos from Scribber, how to write an eye-catching introduction and how to write a strong thesis statement. Again, very brief videos. And then you have my very lengthy attribution of sources lecture. This goes through a presentation from Purdue OWL that talks about how to cite your sources within the text. So we go over in-text citation, using signal phrases, using parenthetical references, as well as information on the works cited page. So please make sure that you watch that video. It explains a whole lot of information to help you complete the assignments that are due in the next coming weeks. The assignments this week, we have grammar quiz number 8, dealing with quotation marks. We also have that plagiarism quiz. These are very short quizzes. And then we have on the discussion board a working title / thesis assignment. So let's take a look at that. In this post, please include a working title for your essay. It does not have to be the final title, but it should be interesting. It should be relevant. It wants to, invite your reader in to read. And you will be answering the question, does technology make us happy? You will also provide a working thesis. Remember that your thesis statement is answering that question. Moreover, it should include a few points or reasons why you've chosen your position. So if you believe that technology does not make us happier, why do you believe that? Technology does not make us happier because we are so connected to our phones. Our self-esteem is damaged by comparison on social media, yada yada. You get the idea. So after posting, you should respond to at least 2 classmates' posts, provide some feedback on their work. And keep in mind some of these questions here. Does the title catch your attention? Why or why not? Has the writer taken a clear stance on the issue? Does the thesis have tension? Does the thesis indicate what main ideas the writer will explore later in the essay? And lastly, what could the writer improve as they revise their title or their thesis for their essay? You don't have to respond to each of those questions. They're just there to guide you in your analysis. Make sure that your response is thoughtful and constructive, of course. So that's due on Sunday, and then you have until Wednesday to complete your response to 2 peers. And that is all she wrote. That is the end of this overview. So if you have any questions, if you need any kind of an extension, you know how to get in touch with me. Please feel free to reach out. I don't want you to be struggling over this. I also don't want you to overthink it. You don't have to have it perfect, but at least make a good effort at trying to complete the assignments. Okay, that's it for now. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic week.